OdeeLoccSportsInfo here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all, hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this reel, because y'all know OdeeLoc keeps it real. Yeah, y'all, I'm at work on my little break, chilling, right? And I want y'all to go back. Let's go back in time, right? To 2016, when Keith Thurman had to pull out of the fight with Shawn Porter. Right? Because he was in a car accident. Just like Errol Spence Jr. in a car accident. And he pulled out of the fight. Right? What did everybody say to Keith Thurman? Wasn't everybody shitting on Keith Thurman? Go back and look at the videos. People was shitting on Keith Thurman because he got injured in a car accident. Just like Errol Spence Jr. So it seems to me that Errol Spence Jr. is just following Keith Thurman, pattern all the way, right? This man, he must look up to Keith Thurman. Let's just be honest, because he's following this man every fucking move, down to the car accident. Down to the car accident, right? And then after Keith Thurman fought Danny Garcia, he had to go and get elbow surgery because he had bone spurs, right, in his elbow. What did everybody say to Keith Thurman? What was everybody saying? Everybody was shitting on Keith Thurman. And this is a fact, right? They were shitting on Keith Thurman so bad, he vacated the WBC belt so Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia can fight for it. Right? So I want y'all to think about this. Errol Spence Jr. had a car accident. Keith Thurman had a car accident. Keith Thurman got injured after a fight. Errol Spence Jr., he basically got injured after a fight, right, in sparring. But it's not the same energy. It's not, I mean, come on, y'all. It's not nearly the same energy that they have for Keith Thurman. It's not nearly the same energy. And this is how you know fanboys, right? This is how you know fanboys. See, the Errol Spence Jr. fanboys, they mad at Keith Thurman. This is why they come out and they shit on Keith Thurman, because they mad at him because he has done something before Errol Spence Jr. And Errol Spence Jr. is in his shadow, right? So Keith Thurman has a car accident, get a neck injury. Errol Spence Jr., he has a car accident. He have to give his teeth replaced and facial surgery and all this stuff, right? So they both have car accidents. They both get injured after a fight, basically, right? But Keith Thurman had to vacate a belt, right? Keith Thurman had to vacate a belt, but Errol Spence Jr. is holding on to his. But Errol Spence Jr., he gets to hold on to his. No, shouldn't he vacate the IBF belt? Because when is the last time he took on a mandatory? When is the last time Errol Spence Jr. took on a IBF mandatory? He should vacate that belt. He should be stripped. Fair is fair. If Keith Thurman had to vacate a belt after he was injured, Errol Spence Jr. should have to vacate a belt. Because we don't know if he's going to come back 100%. They can say whatever they want to say, but we don't know for sure that Errol Spence Jr. is going to come back 100%, people. And this is a fact, right? So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If Keith Thurman had to vacate a belt, Errol Spence Jr. should have to vacate that IBF belt, right? Because he did take on his WBC mandatory in Danny Garcia last year. So he has an excuse for that. But that IBF belt, he doesn't have an excuse. He's in the same boat as Keith Thurman, and he should vacate, just like Keith Thurman had to do.